Hello all, welcome to the video. Today I'll be showing you how we can securely connect to a RabbitMQ server using SSL certificates and how the traffic gets encrypted using this certificate, and also we will be seeing how we can make use of these SSL certificates for uh, authentication when we are connecting to this RabbitMQ server. So let's get started. So first thing, so what is a RabbitMQ? RabbitMQ is open source message broker that facilitates communication between distributed systems in an application um, by providing this message queuing systems. So making the uh, various independent modules within the system independent, and they can communicate with each other asynchronously. So here we'll see how we can make sure like the communication between this between the modules and the RabbitMQ server is secure, and how uh, even the messages that are in transit are encrypted. So basically, we are making use of SSL certificates. So let's get started with creating an simple self-signed SSL certificate. Okay, so for that, first thing is we need a certificate authority for signing our self-signed certificates. So let's create one ca.key, and then we will create an self-signed certificate using a config file. So I've already created one config file so that I need not have to enter these details inside the prompt. So basically I have created an organization name with rabbit test and common name with rabbittest.ca. So let's go ahead and create this certificate authority using these configurations. Cool. So now the certificate is created. So next would be like, first let's verify what is there in the certificate. So yep, so it's RabbitSCA. So let me go ahead and install this certificate. I'll be adding this inside the trusted root certificates authorities. Okay, and cool. So now the certificate is imported. Next thing is like we need to bundle this certificate and key file into a PEM file, because RabbitMQ server requires the certificate authority, so certificate and the key file as a PEM in PEM format. So be generating that. Fine, cool. So once this is done, next step is we'll be generating a server certificate. So let me go to my server folder, and same thing, the steps are same. First we generate a server key, then based on the config file we generate certificate signing request. Then um, then we make use of the certificate authority that we have created in the previous step to create a server certificate by signing this signing request. Cool. And once the server certificate is done, let's just verify it. Cool. So let me go to server folder. Here we can see a server certificate is created, and we see here certification path. Yeah, it's been signed by Rabbit Test CA. Now, similarly, let's create a client certificate. Okay, so I'll go to client folder and first thing we need to create a client key. Then we create a client certificate signing request using this key. Then we sign this signing request using the certificate authority, the same certificate authority. Okay, let's just verify. Uh, yep, certificate is okay. Then we'll be making use of a .NET client to connect to this RabbitMQ server, and in order to connect to this server using a .NET client, we require PFX file. So we'll be creating one PFX file using the same certificate and the key. I'll be giving a password. Cool. So we have a client certificate file and a PFX file, which we can use. We'll be using this in the client application. So our certificate generation part is done. Next thing is like we have to spin up a RabbitMQ server container using these certificates. So there are few things to consider. So first is I have something called as RabbitMQ config already created. So first thing is I'll just go through the RabbitMQ config and here see first is like my SSL listener will be on port 567, and then my SSL CA certificate file will be in this location, etc RabbitMQ certs CA PEM. My cert file would be in same certs cert server dot certificate, then certs server dot key. Then verify peer. We need to give this to in order to verify whether on both side whether the client has a valid SSL certificate, and also the client can verify whether the server has a valid SSL certificate or not. Then this is for the management console. It will be running on this port number and what are all the certificates it will be using. And this is for the authentication mechanism. We'll come to this later. Okay. So this is one thing. We have RabbitMQ config, and the other one is like if you see here, I'm mounting my certificate certs folder to etc RabbitMQ certs. So basically this path I'm mounting, right? And inside this certs folder, I'll be adding all these three keys, the ca.pem certificate and server key. So let's do that. Um, so I have ca.pem. I'll go to certs. I'll add that. Then I'll come to server. So here I need certificate and the key file. Back. Okay. So I think we are all good to spin up this Docker container, right? So let me. Okay, cool. Our container has started. Let me see. Hopefully it runs smoothly without any errors. Yeah, cool. So our RabbitMQ server has started, and if you see here, yeah, it has been mounted. This and my search folder is being mounted here. right? And it is these are the ports it is active on. Next thing, let's see how we can um, connect to this using a simple uh, .NET client application. Okay, so I'll be making use of this client.pfx file to connect to my RabbitMQ server. So pause option. Okay, fine. Yeah. So here I've created a simple .NET console application which will um, make use of RabbitMQ.client NuGet package. And here you can see the host name is localhost that I'll be connecting to. This is the port and get SSL options. So this is where all my I'll be reading the so get SSL option node. Yeah, so it will return an SSL option with this client cert path. Then it will return a certificate, client certificate, and here is where we will be giving our certificate pfx file path. Okay, fine. So this is one, and before running this, we need to make sure like we have created a RabbitMQ test client user because we'll be authenticating RabbitMQ with this username. So let me create that. So I'll be creating yeah, RabbitMQ test client and then giving it an administrator role, and then we'll be access to vhost. Okay, and then once a user is created, uh, we need to enable uh, this plugin RabbitMQ auth mechanism.ssl, which basically enables external authentication other than the username and password. Okay, so cool. Once this is done, right, let's move on to let's just verify whether the user has been created here successfully and cool. Yeah, here we can see we have rabbit test client user created and he has access to virtualhost slash, which is the default virtual host, right? So now let's run this client application and try and see if we can authenticate using our client .pfx certificate and whether we can publish some data to this server. Okay, so yeah, server certificate is valid, so I'm able to connect and see, I'm able to publish the messages. So this is how we can make use of SSL certificates to connect uh, securely to the RabbitMQ server, and also we can uh, use it as an authentication mechanism. Okay, so hope this video was helpful, and thank you for watching. See you.